Okay. So, hello, private group. It's Sunday, and I'm going to be teaching you how to utilize all the unique in the creek boards. There's quite a few different variations. The only one I don't think I'm going to really elaborate on will probably be the horsehead one. This is the 16-inch ring. You can get this from a variety of places. You can get it from Deco Exchange, Trendy Tree. I think Craft Outlet, the Wreath shop, are selling these. White Bayou Creations, Amazon, and then directly through uniqueinthecreek.com. We're going to be using this to add tulips. So the tulips all came from Michael's. I think right now the tulips are still $2 a bunch. So you're going to use 6 bunches of red, 6 bunches of white, and then 6 bunches of blue. And we're going to kind of do something a little bit different. So I'm trying to think of all the designs that we work on and how we can incorporate those for every single holiday. So with this one, we're going to do red, white, and blue, Patriotic tulip wreath. Like I said, the only thing you'll need is a grand total of 18 bunches. You may use more or less depending upon your look, how full you want to do it. Remember that there's no right or wrong way to the design. Some people will teach it one method, someone else might teach it somewhere else. I think for you as a designer, you kind of have to come up with what works for you and then just kind of go with that. So with that being said, let me get my Facebook tablet pulled up. So hi Jane, hi Robin, hi Karen, hi Carmen, hi Colleen, hi Kanitha, hi Arvina. Did I get them all? Sometimes me and Steve compete to see who can find the comments first. Yeah. Hi Sue. Okay, so you could mix and match. You can blend them all together. I'm going to do mine all in rows. So I'm going to do 1 row red, 1 row white, 1 row blue. There's people who do them you can do 3 all in blue and then alternate red, white, and blue. There's a wide variety of different patterns that you can pick. I would just go with the one that you are most, I don't know, that you want to do. So I'm just blending this technique. I wanted to see it. I have not seen it on Pinterest or Etsy. So everyone's got their own variation to it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put our hanger on it. And it's always easy to tell where the hanger goes because you have the 2 extra holes at the top and you don't see that on any of the other rows. I'm using an 1/8 inch braided ribbon. This came from Joann's at Christmas. And I start by putting these in on the back side so that the knots are on the inside. I like to keep everything looking really pretty and smooth.
Hi Karen, hi Lenore. Hi Valerie. Karen said they have some exciting news to share with everyone who's joined.
Oh, okay.
Hi Margie, hi Debbie.
You piqued my interest. What is your exciting news?
Hi Kanitha.
The mind could spin in a wide variety of different directions. So I'm going to double knot this because sometimes if you just do a single knot, you can pull them all the way through. So I'm trying to put a pretty good knot in there.
Hi Debbie.
And then we are, for the live today at 6 our time, 6, I'm trying to do math, 8 Central, and then 9 Eastern time. We're doing the Unique in the Creek 16-inch flower board, and I'm going to teach you how to do the barn star, which is a little bit of a variation on those that wanted to do the red, white, and blue with the braided center. So we're just going to substitute. I'm going to show you the petal technique, and then we're going to put a barn star in the center of it, whereas if you were to, you're just going to change out your mesh colors and your center colors, and it's going to basically be the same technique.
Hi Audrey, hi Robin.
So I'm going to get rid of my little funky phrase right here. Okay, so there's my hanger. It's all good to go. If you forget to add the hanger, you can always add that later.
Add a little glue to the knot too.
You do?
You can, just so it doesn't slip out.
It's not going to slip out. Trust me. Those things are way too big. All right, so I am going to get started right here. I already have all my tulips cut down. I think I left the stems just a little too long. So I'm going to cut these. You don't want your stems to be too long.
Hi, Julie. Haven't been able to catch you live in a while. Hope everything's doing well. Yeah, we're doing good. Hope you're doing well.
So
hi, Melody.
We're gonna, and what I try to do is I put the longer tulips at the bottom. So we're going to start with one of these two holes in the middle. So I'm gonna grab my zip tie and I'm gonna start right here to the outside, just like this. So I'm gonna put one here. I'm gonna share a hole with here and have one to the outside, and then I'm gonna do one here. So this is just the way that I've done my tulips. So
hi, Stormy. Hi, Linda.
I'm going to bring this down just a touch. Make sure that's super nice and tight. And then we're going to put one, like I said, we're doing the shared hole here to the outside. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take 2 bunches of tulips. We'll pull the longer pieces to the bottom, shorter pieces to the top. And I'm going to put these right here, right on the edge.
So Karen is keeping everyone in suspense.
I guess so. So see, I'm going to try to keep these as short as I possibly can. Let me get my zip tie cutters. Because they'll cut these down to the nub. So then I won't have any sharp points here. And then I'm going to do 2 more bunches to this outside right here. And then I'm going to alternate these.
Hi, Lisa.
Okay.
You guys should all have a really good view. Pretty much straight overhead.
So I just even everything up. I'm going to slide these in here. Going to pull these up.
Yeah, Linda, all the tulips are from Michael's.
Just like this. Okay, so there's my first row of red. Just like that. And then what I have been doing, because sometimes they like to slip out, is I sometimes will add a dab of glue to the top and the bottom as I get ready to prep my next one. So we're going to do white. Same thing, pull the longer pieces to the bottom. And then because we went 2 to the outer and 1 to the inner, we're going to mix that up here to kind of fill that gap. So I'm going to do right here to the middle. So let me go ahead and trim these.
Hey, Barbara. Hey, Carol. Hey, Arena. Thanks, Robin. She's a great camera angle. Kara said, roughly, what does this cost to make?
Okay. It just depends on where you get your Unique in the Creek frame. I think when I ordered mine, they were about $4 or $5, 5 something a piece. So, and then it's $2 a bunch for each bunch, and you need 18 bunches. So that's pretty much it. What is that? 36 plus 5, about 40, right?
Yep.
$41 in materials.
Yep.
Oop, I didn't want red. We're still sticking with the white. So now we're going back to the outside. And we're going to make sure we get bunches of 3s. I have some that are just all 2s. I really need ones that are 3s.
Irvina asked, the frame is how big?
16 inches.
16 inches.
It's a 16-inch ring form. And then we're gonna push the longer pieces down because the longer pieces will fill the gaps, like the gaps in between. And then we're gonna do the one here. So we're just alternating red, white, and blue. Okay, here's one. And here's one. I just even up the stems and then I just cut them down. Otherwise, they'll be way too long. Did I knock those off?
Yeah, this one.
Okay. So again, above, below, it just kind of helps them stay inside the form.
Hi Karen, welcome. She said, hello from Idaho. It's my first live. I'm so excited. Hi Karen.
Hi Karen, welcome. Okay.
Karen Stewart said we have started our own business here in the UK.
Nice.
We buy supplies from WOJ.
What is WOJ?
Must be an Australian company, and supply a lot of wreath makers here in the UK and Ireland, as Ireland also struggles getting projects. My husband Martin created the website himself.
Nice
Since
going.
we're live in the past 3 weeks, we have now put together a third order and have sent us to us maybe next week. Oh, awesome.
Really
She sent
good.
the websites. So,
I think you're going to do really well. So post your website address because we have a lot of people on.
yeah, that's good for because Australia really.
It's
struggles
not
to have
Australia.
supplies.
It's UK, babe.
She said UK? Oh, yeah, sorry, UK. You're right. Yeah. So, yeah, that's awesome. She did post it in her post.
Oh, she did. Okay, because I didn't open it. So I'm going back and now we're adding our blues. So I'm going to go back.
Awesome. Hoping you guys will just take off and do awesome.
Exactly. So I'm just alternating the middle hole. Sometimes I go to the right. Sometimes I'll go to the left. Let's make sure these are evened up. If you feel you need more tulips, you can add a third, but see how sometimes your single ones get stuck?
Wreaths of Joy.
Oh, okay.
And supply a lot of wreath makers here in the UK.
Nice. I am super thrilled for you. And that's great news because now, whenever we are asked, I'm going to do one right here. You know, for people who are in the UK, Ireland, England, we'll be referring everyone to reach out to you.
Yeah.
Okay. So see, I'm just filling that gap right here in the middle. So I'm going to pull and place my longer tulips in the center. Sometimes you just gotta kind of have to manipulate them. Okay. Sometimes your zip ties just want to be stubborn. Like that one was very stubborn. So we're just alternating red, white, blue. And then I just dab a glue above and below the zip tie just to kind of help hold things in place. And then we're back to the red. So we'll go red to the outside right here. So I just kind of lay them to figure out where are they going to wind up. Sometimes you might need a little longer stem. This one's like way long. Okay. Just really, let's bring this down a bit. There we go. And then we'll backfill this one. Let's go here. Let us try here. Oop, I need to get my zip tie out of the way. Back to red. I should always start in the center, and I always forget. I always start to the outside. Because if you start in the center, they will push all the other ones to the outside as you lay them down. Like these should go to the center. And then these ones now. Gotta push our longer ones to the bottom. Just like so. Let's get this one. Okay, there we go. Just like that. There we go. And then we'll go to the inside. So we'll do the outers. Get our longest one at the bottom. There we go. Trying to get this one there. There we go. Above, below. And I have my glue gun set on high because I really need these to set up and stay. So we're going to go back to the middle with our white. Trying to find the white threes. Here's a 3. And here's a 3. So even your stems up. We'll lay these down. Trying to get those, the longer ones. Like this. To kind of lay in those deeper pockets. Pull the shorter ones to the outside.
So they asked you, did you buy your tulips this year? Yes.
Yes, I did.
You bought them all online though, which
yes.
is great.
I bought everything online.
Came in a huge box. I heard someone say that they seem a little bit cheaper made.
They do.
I'm still using mine from last year.
They really do feel like these are a little thinner. Like they're not made as good. But I noticed that on the quality of almost everything this year. It's just not quite up to the par. Okay, we'll do inside. Again. Even everything up. We'll take the longer ones, push these to the bottom. And then we'll do the one to the outside. So these should actually be on the inside, right in here. And then back to our outside. One.
Are you okay with Karen posting her website to the regular group, the public group?
Yeah, you can. Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Let's move that. See how it's adding some thickness in there. Okay, we'll do our above, below. Okay. Then because we're here, we're going to go back to the center. We're going to fill that little gap right there on this next row with our blue.
Kathy, believe it or not, we got it in a huge box from Michael's, and we just keep it in the box.
What's that? How we store them?
Tulips, yeah.
Yep, leave them in the box. I just kind of have them tucked underneath everything else in my craft room right now.
Yep. And Robin, yes, 18 total. So for this, because we're using 3 colors, it's 6 bundles of each color.
Yep.
Then you break them all down, leave the stems long. I said limbs.
Limbs.
Leave the stems long.
Back to our tubes. Make sure everything is evened up. Yeah, I kind of prep everything before I start assembling. It just makes it so much easier. And it's so critical to get your tulips tight. Okay, we'll go the inside for our interior ones. And if you feel like you want additional bundles in, you can, because remember each bunch has 8 picks, or each
bundle has 8 picks in it?
Yeah, each bush or bunch, yeah, has 8 total. So right now I'm only using 6. So I'm going to go ahead and backfill this one a little bit. Just make sure you push your greenery up. So I'm going to backfill this one just to make it a little thicker. Just like this. See, and then it creates a really full row. And like I said, you don't have to glue it, but I find that if I just take the extra time and do so, it just prevents them. Sometimes they want to slip out from the zip ties.
Kara asked, can you buy tulips year round from Michael's, or are they seasonal? They're seasonal.
They're seasonal, yes.
You got to get them early in the spring.
Yeah.
Kathy, those are 6-inch zip ties.
There's that one. Okay. So again, pull your longer ones down to the bottom. Even if you have ones that are kind of like they're floppy, those make for the perfect ones to just lay right in the center.
Maybe said, I like the greenery. It really makes the tulips pop.
Yeah, I was like debating whether or not I wanted to. Couldn't get that one down tight enough. Well, this one just was like, it didn't want to zip. As I was pulling it, it didn't want to get fed through there. So I'm pulling these. And we'll go to the outside. Sometimes they just don't want to zip.
Yeah.
We'll just kind of help them along. Really get it in there tight. And then I'll make sure we have our longest stems there. Sometimes you just have to readjust the way your bundles go in. And then back to the outside.
You're gluing so many rows, or?
Huh?
You're gluing every other so many rows or something?
I glue every row. Yeah, every single row. Just to help them stay where they need to stay. I always try to like get them situated, but then when you go to tighten the zip ties, sometimes they move.
Hi Jean, she said the wispiness of the greenery makes the look extra beautiful.
Thanks. Okay, let's add, I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to add an extra layer right in here of the red. Just because I want to kind of create the bold lines all the way through. Okay. Let me look for a 2. There's always bound to be a 2. There's a 2.
Thank you.
You just now jumped on?
So they're looking really nice on all lines. Some of these wreaths I see have the tulips sort of flopping everywhere.
Yeah, I think that's just me. Like, I'm pretty anal with where I want them all to lay. So as you can see, I'm like picking things up and moving them around. Trying to get the longer heads to go down at the bottom. And then the shorter ones up at the top. There's that. Above.
Oh, that's interesting, Susan. She said, have you done one on a ring mixing road colors so it comes in, like it turns into like a ring, like a spiral? That'd be kind of interesting.
I have not done that. That would be interesting. So the great thing is I have lots of them left to play with. So definitely can be doing something like that. Okay, let's get our zip tie in. We're gonna go, let's go inside. It's just every so often I'll come back in and add a full 4 rows. Sometimes I don't though. Sometimes I just leave 6 in a row. It just depends on how your tulips will lay. So we always want to make sure we get the heads in the right direction. This should also help, like, I don't know, to the outside, if somebody was to, I don't know, move the wreath around, having these glued in just kind of gives that little extra security.
Hi, Helen. Well, I said that's the way I like to be taught, and you were doing it well. Thank you.
Being pretty
Precise.
Yeah.
Yes, and Alec worked a birthday party, and I had to go pick him up.
Ah, okay.
And I took 2 other kids to dinner.
Nice. Okay, I'm just trying to get this one head to go to the bottom. There we go. Always try to get the longer ones down. And then we'll go to the inside. It goes pretty quick. Once you have everything cut, it's just a matter of laying it all where you want it to go. And I think right now we're about halfway. So you can see it's really filling the inside. It's making it really full on the inside here. So those are kind of nice. You can move them like closer to the center of the ring. Now we'll go back to this side. If you want, you can fill this one back in, but I think I'm okay with it the way it is. There's a 2, there's a 3 and a 3. Let's even them out.
You know, she made 5 tulip wreaths in one day, and her fingers hurt for a few days.
They do. I can honestly tell you. Working, and it's with the zip ties.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they don't. Like, you want to pull on them and they should just go all the way down, but they don't. And so you're having to manipulate them. So there's our blue. Go back to the outside. We're going to have to thicken this one up because we have a lot to fill here. So let's see what we can do. Just right in there. Let's get those in. I'm going to see if we can add another zip tie over here. These ones are moving too much. Okay. There we go. Into the inside. Here's a 2 and a 3. By 2 and 3s, I just mean how many heads are on the tulips. Some have 2, some have 3. Believe it or not, sometimes you'll go to pull them and they only have, sometimes a stem is completely blank. It has no heads on it, which is really disappointing. Okay. Above. I need to put another glue stick in. There you go. Okay, back to the center. Back with our red. What do you guys think of it so far? The red, white, and blue bands. I wish these would have been a darker blue, but then it would have not been a very realistic tulip color. Right. Because tulips don't come
dark blue.
In dark blue.
I agree, that would be great if they did have a darker blue.
You did red. Almost the wrong color. Let's get our tulip heads down.
I think you spaced the perfect good.
Why?
The last one's going to end
there's one underneath this one you don't see. It's okay though. Okay, here's a 3 and a 3. Line them up.
Yes, I was able to FaceTime with my daughter, Ayla, who's currently in Kuwait. Wow, she's doing well. Able to see your face. Awesome, Kathy.
Yes, we are praying for her safety while she's away from home.
Susan said she misses the teal color ones. I don't even remember teal color.
It's kind of like a, I remember those. They're kind of like, I wonder, I was going to say, are they kind of, they have a lot of green to them.
Venus said so far, 4th of July wreaths are selling really well. Awesome.
They are, because they're year round. They don't have to be seasonal.
Yeah, Kat really doesn't like using the zip tie gun. She just likes using her fingers.
Okay, we're back to white. Okay, that's a 2. Here's a 3. Let's put our tulip heads, the really long ones, at the bottom. There we go. This one, I think I'm going to double up and do all 4 rows. Just with the white. So we'll do these. Add some more. So I'm like, I think I'm leaving like about 2 inches of my stems.
Yeah, maybe she does that from time to time.
What's that?
She said try using like needle nose pliers to tighten the zip ties.
Yeah.
So much easier to get tight. Not so hard on the fingers.
Okay, we'll do some to the outside. I'll bring these ones in a little tighter. And then we'll do our inside one. You have enough tulips with doing it in this variety of like, I think it's 6 bunches each. You will have more than enough to finish. So it just depends on like what the quality of the tulips are that you get. Blue. Okay. Any extra security. I guess if we wanted to be extra secure, we would have to glue all the tulip heads on too.
Yeah, that'd be too much.
But that's like way too much work.
Yeah.
Way too much work.
Julie said it's been weird this year. I've already sold more patriotic wreaths than Easter wreaths.
I know. See, and I have to agree with you. I think I sold maybe 3 Easter wreaths, but I haven't really made ones that are themed for Easter. I've kind of done like a seasonal spring type of decor. Like I've done a lot that are just a spring color that just say welcome on them that can be used for either or. Okay, let's push these up. Person cutting my blue tulips didn't push their heads up.
This is good. Might have mentioned one or two.
I was like, they're not. Okay. Get them under. It's usually the ones that had price tags on them. Okay, more blue. This one's pretty. So is this one. See, we don't need that extra length. I will take these down. Because they were just a tad too long. There we go.
Just it kind of reminds me of the hydrangea wreaths.
This design?
Yeah.
I guess it could, huh?
Julie said I saw lots of Easter and spring this season. Good.
Okay, back to red. So here's our red. And I still have lots of tulips left.
Well, that's awesome, Margie. She said I've got the wreath making bug now. Kat, thanks to your inspiration.
Good.
Having a lot of fun. I'm getting more confident with my results, but not ready to jump on Etsy quite yet.
Oh, you just need to jump in there. You'd be surprised.
Plus, once you start getting a ton of wreaths made, you're like, what am I going to do with all these?
Yeah, and then you're like, oh my god, I should have put these on Etsy. Because remember, it takes Etsy 6 weeks for the algorithm to catch up. So it's like you're stocking your shop ahead of schedule.
Barbara, do you mean you sold a patriotic bunting wreath 5 minutes after listing it? She said, I made a patriotic bunting wreath 5 minutes after listing it. So
I think it's sold. Yeah. I would think it's sold.
Yeah, the one you made on Friday is sold.
Yeah, the one I made Friday sold already. That's sold, I think, this morning.
She said yes.
See, I told you guys, the bunting wreaths sell. They sell every year.
Oh, they're really different. I like them.
Yeah. A lot of people buy them just to, you know, for year-round decor.
Yeah.
Okay, inside.
And the more weathered it looks, the better it gets.
Exactly. Okay. I need to get rid of all these little stems. Stemlings. The little pieces left over after you cut off all your stems. Stemlings. These little pieces that are everywhere. Okay. See, sometimes the longer ones need to go down. Just like that. So pretty. Okay, above, below. We're almost getting there. So this one I'm going to do all 5. Whoop. See, it's going pretty quickly. White. Oh, I have any long white pieces. Let's look for ones that have some long pieces on them. Like this one. So you've got that long piece in there. Ooh, that pipe cleaner broke. Kind of had a feeling when I was, it just felt weird. Okay. Let's push these in. Then once we get the outer pieces, it'll push the whites back to the center. Okay. Now we'll grab the little ones. I think I'm going to save those for the interiors. I'm going to grab the ones with a little bit longer heads for this one. There we go. Sometimes you just have ones that are short and stubby, and then you have other ones that are a little bit longer, and I'll cut the stems once I get these all in. Oops. Here's another one with some really long. Pick these up. Get the longer piece in. Now let's trim these. Oop. There we go. Do this one. And then we just really have 2 more rows left and it's finished. Now we'll use the shorties that we cut earlier. Lift up the red. Get that longer head in. Okay. Down here. Here's our blue. Let's see what we have. Let's try to really thicken these ones up. To the outside. So I'm going to thicken up this row because we're starting to get close to the other row. The good thing about this design is that it fits storm doors because it's so thin with the tulips on this ring form that it's ideal for a storm door, which is perfect for people who wanted a tulip wreath but could never get it to fit through their storm door. You can still use this as your centerpiece with your hurricane lamp. It's a little bit flatter, but it still works just as well. The longer pieces. Okay. The outer. Tricky once you get the last row in because you kind of have to go under the red tulips because they're technically laying on the row that you need to fill. Looking for the really pretty ones. And let's cut these down a little bit more. Otherwise, they're going to impact the row underneath. Okay. Let's move these out of the way so I can glue. Okay. I don't know. I think I'm going to put a row of white in here.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. That'd probably...
Just because we have 17 rows. So rather than go red, white, blue, I'm going to break this up so we have red, white, blue so that it kind of will fool the eye that we did it all consecutively. So we're right under here is where we're working. Okay, tight spaces. And these are going to go right over. Let's add another one. Let's make it a bunch of 3. And I'm kind of having to push my red tulip heads around. Going back to the outside here. 2 more rows. So I'll move my reds back in because I kind of pushed them all to the outside. We're working on here. Same thing here. So hard to get to the one outside piece. Okay, here we go. I feel like I'm doing surgery because you have to pick up all the tulip heads. Yeah, I'm gonna put another row right in here. I'm gonna put in a row of red. Let's see. Just give it some more depth right here. And we'll pick all these up. Ooh. Okay, let's see if we can find our tulip head. This one? Yeah. There's always one. Always one. And sometimes you just have to rearrange some of your tulip heads. If they're feeling a little long, put the longer ones down. But I'll show you what this looks like once we pull these heads out. So I don't keep knocking them to the floor. Actually had quite a bit left.
I'm not doing it because it looks great. Got around eating dinner.
Awesome. Thank you for joining us. Just like so. These are all those extra pieces that I was saying was driving me crazy. Did I drop more? Oh, just one. Well, that's a good thing. Like all these pieces. What do you guys think? So this is
a... So the tulip that fell off, you just glued it in between?
Yes, I did. I actually just glued it right. Like sometimes you can look at like there might be a little gap where you just like right in here I can kind of see where my cord is. So I'm just going to put a dollop of glue on a tulip head. I'm actually going to attach it right to the cord. Just like so. Everything is all perfectly placed. And then that's what you can do with a lot of the leftover tulip heads sometimes. Sometimes like when you get a piece from Michael's, it's not always 100% perfect. Sometimes you got ones that are a little bit smashed. Some aren't as nicely put together as others. But what you kind of want to do is just, you want to not have them all willy-nilly, just so that they look like they're in a nice uniform rows. So this is a super simple design. Like I said, it's All it is your tulips. You really need to get your tulips at half price because you need them to be priced at $2 each, not $4, because then this becomes an expensive design. You know, 4 times 7, is it 4 times 17? Yeah, that would come out to be a lot.
Yeah, so if you're getting half price at $2, right?
Yes, you really need to get them 36.
36, yeah.
Or 32, sorry, 32. And then the board. Like the boards used to be $11 and now the boards are $5. So that really brings the price of these down. And you still have a really gorgeous design. Like I said, storm door, perfect. You can use this, you know, throw your hurricane lamp up. Again, set, you know, like a festive looking table so people can envision using that for 4th of July barbecues, you know. That's pretty much about it. Right? Susan's like, I have a huge bag of smashed tulips. I have the same thing. Look, some of them are just like not very good heads at all. So these you can't really use. I guess you could if you just needed a filler. You could try to like reassemble the tulip and get it all like re-glued in a bunch.
Jane, the round ring board from Unique in the Creek is from Amazon, right?
No.
Or did you go right through Unique in the Creek?
I actually ordered it through Trendy Tree, I believe, and or Deco Exchange. Like one I placed with like Trendy Tree, and then it was Deco Exchange that fulfilled the order. So whatever you can do to find them, they are usually in a pack of 5. Who did I purchase mine through?
Cheryl said, how do you hang it? She's got the
the hangers on
hanger
here.
on the back. She'll show you.
Yeah, let me find him. He should be right here. So there's a little hanger right here. So you just hang it on the wire. So just hang like so. Just like so. So right where we added our corded. And then that's what the back looks like. It's all very clean. It looks nice.
Yeah.
So again, you want to make sure that you tell the customer, you know, red's gonna fade the quickest out of all of these colors. So if they want to make sure that it lasts, kind of don't put it in direct sunlight. You know, if they're just going to use it for the season, then that's okay. But if they leave it out year round, it's not going to last in direct sunlight.
Deco Exchange.
Did I order it through Deco Exchange?
Sue said it turned out beautiful, so fresh and happy.
Awesome, awesome. I'm super happy. So what we're going to be making in the 6 o'clock class, we're going to be using the full flower board, and then we're going to be making the petals and then adding a barn star to the center so that it's a different version of a patriotic wreath. So it's the same that you can make the regular petal. I'm using deco mesh because I am not a fan of the poly deco mesh, which is the rubbery mesh, because no matter how well you cut your mesh, it will still fray. It frays like crazy. So I'm just using regular metallic deco mesh, and I'm doing red and white and then a navy blue. So awesome, awesome. All right, everyone, I will see you in about 2 hours where I will show you how to put together the barn star patriotic flower wreath, I guess you could call it. I will talk to you guys soon. Have a great weekend if you can't make it, and I will talk to you then. Bye, everyone.